rush. Let me take this opportunity to welcome each and every one of you. We thank the Lord who has provided us this opportunity to come to worship you today. As we're cutting, it's a bit short, so we're going to skip the hymnal. Our next one is the personal ministry from Seka. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. If we could have the doors closed, I really would appreciate, please. Thank you. Right. One Sunday, two men were knocking on every door of a big block of flats in Belgrade, Yugoslavia. They were selling some magazines. My grandmother opened the door and seemed rather interested in spiritual magazines. Two men and a granny talked for some time, and at the end, these two asked if they could pray in front of the door. At this moment, my mother, 14, nearly 15 years old, arrived and joined them by bowing her head for prayer. After inquiring what went on before she arrived, my mum was told in a few words that not only she has bought the magazine, but that they will come back for her in the evening to take her for some lecture. Mum was very surprised, as the arrangements were made long time before for the relatives and friends to meet up and go for a day out visiting amusement park. They did go to the amusement park. Everyone in the group had a great time except my mum. Mum was suffering from a glandular fever with high temperature and terrible headaches. She walked home alone, had no key to come into the house, and was constantly worried how to explain to the two men that her mum, my granny, will not come back in time to go with them for the lectures as she promised that morning. Surprisingly, my grandmother did come just in the nick of time. She rushed into the house to take something, and on coming out slipped badly and hurt herself terribly. Her leg was bleeding a lot, but this did not stop her, and off she went, much to the astonishment of others. On her return, Granny just kept saying how wonderful the singing was, how everyone stands and everyone sings. She spoke nothing about a lecture. Two men offered to come and pick her up again the following Saturday for some other meetings. My grandmother agreed, and this time my mum went with them. My mum found everyone extremely friendly there. In the meeting, there was a lot of singing. My mum loved singing and had a beautiful voice. And the amazing thing to her was that all the people went down to their knees every time at a prayer. Being a devout Catholic, this appealed to Mum a lot. At the end of the meeting, several members walked them all the way home and kept visiting them. Bible study follows. Both my mum and my grandmother got baptized. And so, for all 75.5 years after the baptism, my mum's most important reason for living was Jesus, Bible, and spreading the Adventist truths. Mum herself has given countless Bible studies, including some in English. Mum taught herself French, German, Italian, and English. At the age of 80, in Bracknell, as she lived with us, Mum studied with my spiritual son, Dean Mitchell. I worked with Dean, but found some subjects too difficult to explain to Dean, who always found some rather tricky questions to ask. My mum, with her love and deep knowledge of the Bible and of God, was able to guide Dean to learn about Jesus and his love, and helped him on his way to baptism, which to my great joy took on the 1st of January 2005 in this place. Mum also preached many times in Yugoslavia, traveling to small churches that didn't get pastoral visit often. Mum became a recognized Christian poet, and her poems are recited in many churches around the world even today. She has published her book of Christian poems once the communist regime fell. Mum was a hard taskmaster, and I think I have inherited a bit of it. Some of you testimony givers might know. Mum suffered a stroke at the age of 72, but her iron will and dependency on God helped her to get better far more than the prognosis given. When the stroke happened, I brought my mum over to England, and we were blessed living together over 20 years. For Mum's 80th birthday, my brother bought her her very first computer. She learned to type, to surf the net day and night, and managed to write a whole new book on it, in spite of many times erasing big chunks unintentionally. She read every word of Yugoslavian newspapers and much of British ones on the internet. Amazing. Last years were full of great physical pain, but the daily visits of grandchildren and great-grandchildren gave her reason to live. Most of the days we had 4 generations in our house. We had under one roof a 4-year-old all the way up to 92 years old. Door-to-door witnessing of the 2 men taking Christian literature around the town and being blessed by the Holy Spirit has brought Grandma, Mum, and as a result, me, my brother, and thankfully our children and our grandchildren to Jesus. Blessed be everyone who witnessed in any way. This church has suffered a lot of loss recently, and Rod will now read you just one of Mum's poems that deals with death and the victory over it. This was written for my father's funeral. Rod has also read and helped translate the poem into English for Mum's funeral. It is called Farewell, please.
The open hole gapes. The moment is here, it's time to go. It was pleasant to walk the earth, filling the soul with smells and sounds, warmed by the flames of love and joy. There was sunshine, clouds and storms, and songs and tears, hopes and dreams, and heavy defeats like the stone of Sisyphus, yet strength to start anew. Still, each path leads the same direction, to some cemetery and some coffin, from which comes, through groans of pain, all our journeys, all life's rivers, but not forever. In one moment, from the depths of darkness springs life, and never again will the old lying serpent with his deadly venom snuff it out. No death nor tears ever again. Only the victory song of the redeemed resounds from the earth through the cosmos at the very last funeral, death's own funeral. So stop the tears beside this coffin. Make a promise with a heart full of resolution that we shall meet and sing the song of victory on that other shore. Until then, farewell and goodbye.
Thank you, Seka, for your wonderful story. That was so encouraging.